The Mandala Drums are more than just an instrument or a drum pad. They have become an extension of who I am as an artist.
I have the red version 1 with the standalone brain, a purple version 2, and 2 MK 2.9s.
I finally got my hands on one, and instantly it felt so much more organic to perform live.
So the value of the Mandala drum right out of the box. These things come with such a huge bank of presets and drums that from all over the world. I mean, you can't have a collection this large, and you need a warehouse to fill all these instruments in.
Mandala was exciting to me just because of how much kind of power was packed just in this one device, and that took up the same space as a tom-tom.
The exciting thing for me is more than being able to trigger any sound, drum, percussion, synth, otherwise. It's the fact that I can both trigger a note and shape that note simultaneously.
The biggest thing that I'm doing is taking a lot of ethnic percussion and just sounds that may complement the music that I'm playing, and incorporating that in via the Mandala Drums to my drum set playing with a band.
I was able to import all my own sounds and manipulate them live with the position-sensitive triggering on the pad, which is so great, especially as a drummer, because you don't want to be dropping a stick and fiddling with MIDI knobs and stuff like that.
Whether using the pads to filter or switch through samples with the position control, or using that control to affect soft synth sounds, the power to put all that at the head of the stick always leaves you with something interesting to do.
What I've realized now is that putting effects on the instruments and putting filters on them and, having little subtle changes from, let's say you put a bit cruncher on it and you have it just change as you hit the center to the outside, you have it change, and all of a sudden you have this instrument that no one else on the planet's playing because it just sounds a little bit different, That's been my favorite part of these, and it's been hugely inspirational.
I use it in my drum set setup pretty much all the time, whether it's triggering samples or using it as an effects controller. So, for example, I could manually crank up the distortion or delay on my snare drum.
Mandala Drums let me really step up my game as far as having authentic feeling and sounding samples and just playing like I would play the actual drum itself.
Often I'll set up some particular configuration of sounds and I'll just start playing around with it, and ideas for music will happen from there. Other times I'll have specific ideas first and then make that happen on the pads. Either way, either through the scenic route or the direct route, I'll get where I need to go with these pads.
I'm also a DJ, so I like to be able to have access to a bunch of different sounds while I'm DJing, so that I can enhance the music with drumming, and it allows me to do that even if I can't bring a drum set.
I use the mandala pretty much in all my situations now. Even if I'm performing on the mallet, I can use the drum as a MIDI controller to change effects while keeping my mallets in my hands.
The amount of control available from them over the sound being produced is amazing.
It's really special, and I don't know what I would do without mine.
Working with it now for years and years, I'm just able to take a lot of the things that I do in the studio and apply them straight to my live set, just because I have those samples and all I have to do is just plug them in, and they're ready to go. I look forward to making music with them the rest of my life.